Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of How to Make It Easy for People to Give You Money. My name is Michael Mollenhauer. I'm the president of One-to-One Network. We're an advertising and marketing company with locations in Laguna Beach, California, and also the delightful town of St. George, Utah. I have a very special guest today. Her name is Lilia Royston, and she is the event coordinator for Pecan Valley Resort in Hurricane, Utah. Well, good morning, Lilia. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Michael. I'm doing very well. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, I am excited to have you here. But before we get going, I do have some supporters and sponsors that we need to thank. We want to give a shout out to Jocelyn Waters of Waters Mobile Notary Service, serving all of Southern Utah. She is the person to call when you need a notary public, escrow agent, or certified loan signing specialist. You can call Jocelyn at 435 256 5954 or visit watersmobilenotary.com to schedule an appointment. Also, we want to give a shout out to Robert Fisher Plumbing in San Clemente, California. They're a 5 gold star rated plumbing service serving all of Orange County. You can schedule your plumbing service the easy way. You can call Mark at 949-492-7200 or visit robertfisherplumbing.com. And now back to Lilia. I'm glad you're doing well today, Lilia. Thank you so much for being my guest today. We do want to talk a little bit. Well, we don't want to talk a lot about Pecan Valley Resort and Hurricane. But first, what we need to do is we need to make sure that our listeners know how to pronounce Hurricane Special properly. A lot of folks are not from Utah. I know it's hard to believe, and they're going to say hurricane. Do not say hurricane. Isn't that right?
It apparently offends the entire city.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if it does. It's weird because I'm from California,
Yes.
and Californians have a very, very similar accent and way of saying things. Like I say mountains, I don't say
Yeah.
mountains.
Yes.
Never pronounced my T's and things, and Utah people don't either. But yeah, said hurricane until I had a friend who grew up in Hurricane and they were saying it that way. And I was like, well, I guess that's how it's said. And so I've said it that way ever since. And now I work there. So I guess it's good that I learned early.
It is good. I did the same thing. Also, being from California, I was saying hurricane, and I got scolded. So now, especially that we're on the air and doing the podcast, I have to do it right. I have to tell you guys something. In the olden days, when I first started in radio, one of my very first stations was in a town called Tulare. However, being from out of town, it's spelled Tulare. I pronounced it Tular. Phone calls came in. You need to fire that guy. He can't pronounce the name of our city correctly. So you out of towners, especially folks who come here from California and Nevada and Arizona, uh, when you go to Pecan Valley Resort, say hurricane, not hurricane. We got it. We're all educated now. So Lilia, tell me a little bit about you and how you got into this job. I know that you just recently graduated from somewhere, didn't you?
I haven't graduated yet,
Oh my
actually.
gosh.
I'm in the middle of my bachelor's degree at Utah Tech in hotel and resort management. And I had the great opportunity sometime last year to start working as the event assistant at Pecan Valley Resort. And I slowly moved my way into the event coordinator position. So, being from California, coming out here has been great. And I've been here for about 2 years and haven't regretted a moment.
Yeah, it's really beautiful out here. What part of California did you come from?
I'm from kind of Northern California, under San Jose.
Oh, yeah.
So, one of those little farm towns. I grew up in one and then went to high school in the other. And yeah, just lots of fresh strawberries.
Were were you a farm girl?
I was not. So I definitely lived in the not farm side of town, and my dad worked in the Silicon Valley. So
Okay.
not too much farm girl, but it was definitely nice having the benefits of having farms around. You get lots of fresh produce. The produce here is a tad disappointing compared to California, but I'm spoiled.
Well, I understand that. Originally, well, not originally, but for a while, I lived in Central California around the Tulare, Visalia area. Lots of farms, lots of ag industry and cows and stuff. So I know what you mean. I got used to having some great farm to table food, and we don't always get that here in Southern Utah, but it's still cool. So, Lilia, tell us a little bit more about Pecan Valley Resort and where is that located again? In what city?
Hurricane.
Hurricane. There we go. We're going to indoctrinate everybody. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So I started working at Pecan Valley Resort about 1.5 months after they opened in July of 2025. So we're still pretty new. But they're just a resort that's looking to do something a little different. We have a 2 acre water park filled with slides, a wave pool. Our wave machine actually goes through our lazy river, so we call it our action river.
Oh.
And then our surf machine is one of our biggest hits. I personally am not good at it, but there is a lot of people who get really good at it throughout the summer, and it's very impressive to see, even if you don't like to go on it. Of course, we have our restaurant with Kelsos. They're amazing. They do great food. We have our new Hurricane Dirty Sodas with the little apostrophe to get people to pronounce it right. And we have our rentals. So what happens with our rentals that we do a little bit differently? Like I know there's some resorts in the area where they have, kind of a hotel style thing going on. We put a lot of things into our owners' hands. So when people go and buy our units, which are lovely townhomes, single family homes, all really beautiful and all built by us, when they go and buy them, they get to choose a property manager. And then that property manager actually helps bring in nightly rental guests. And those nightly rental guests get to enjoy our water park.
Wow. So we have a lot of things here to unpack. So you're not only just this great water park, but you people also have the ability to buy a unit on the resort, and they have the ability to work with a property manager to rent that out to generate income, which will help offset any fees and costs associated with the purchase price of the unit. And you mentioned your owner. Is that Chris? Chris Weiler, isn't he the owner?
Yes, Chris Weiler is our owner, and him and his family built this place from the ground up, which is so amazing and so impressive. And it was really lucky for me to come in right as they were opening and not have to deal with all of the crazy stuff of building a new business.
Yeah. So that's Chris and his lovely wife, Lydia, also.
Hmm.
I understand she is on the property a lot, just making sure everything is going cool and saying hi to folks. That's nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of our actually office workers. So I work in the office, but also out on the deck a lot, especially during events. But our accounting team, our CEOs, our building managers, stuff like that, they all love to come to our events and hang out around the pool, watch, make sure they're getting that boost of wow, this is really happening and this is doing something, and
Yeah.
not just stare at a computer all day.
Yeah. Well, um, Lilia, a lot of my regular listeners, there are certain things that they listen for. And one of the key words or phrases that they like to hear about is a USP, or a unique selling point. And And you guys have a lot of unique selling points, I think, that help set you apart from the competition. And in my humble opinion, you're more than just like a competitor. I think you guys are becoming the contender in the marketplace for a lot of special reasons. Number one, not only do you guys have this great water park? I mean, it's amazing. Before I go any further, I have to mention this. So I was out there the other night, and one of the things you guys do differently is that you have live music. And you have live music, you've got bands, you've got this amazing stage which overlooks the pool, all the water features, and that lazy river runs underneath the stage. And I know all this because my band, Fast Eddie, played out there the other night, and we had a great time. The stage is incredible, but you can imagine going to a water park. There's a live band on a stage. There's this great restaurant by which is has some excellent food catered by, isn't it Kelso's, the catering service that does
Yes,
that?
they're partnering with us to do our concessions
Yeah.
and our restaurant during the day. And they even do weddings and stuff outside of town. They're amazing and always make amazing food.
Yeah. So you guys are more than just a water park with, a lot of people say, oh, a concession stand. It's not a concession stand. It's a full blown restaurant with, I think, some, five-star rated food by this catering service. So it's not just microwaved hot dogs and and reheated crinkle fries or something like that. These guys are in there and they're really whipping out some great food. I had some the other night. It's fantastic. So you guys have that going for you. I think that's an excellent, unique selling point. The other thing I like is that you're extremely friendly. So when my band played out there the other night, I brought my wife and my grandson, and he had the best time. We couldn't drag him away. It's like, we're done playing. It's time to go home. No, one more time. No, he just had a great time, and it was very friendly, very family friendly. I think it's a safe place where moms and dads can bring their family and their kids, and they can just feel comfortable and safe that the kid's going to be watched over. You have a lot of lifeguards there, I noticed.
Yes, when we are at full capacity, we have 13 lifeguards on rotation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of lifeguards. And when I was over there the other night, I saw, it seemed to me in the one, I think it's the dining room, there was a head lifeguard giving a lifeguard training course to some of the other lifeguards. So these are just not some kids that they're pulling off the street and say, "Here, wear the shirt. You're now a lifeguard." They they're like fully trained and certified. I was impressed.
Yes, all of our lifeguards are trained under Ellis and Associates, which is actually a training specifically for your park. So we partnered with them because Red Cross, while amazing, and I have my Red Cross certification as well. Um, you train for in general lifeguarding, which is really great when you're lifeguarding for either multiple pools or you're moving around a lot. Like
Mhm.
I moved from California where I did lifeguarding previously to here, and I was still certified, but being under Ellis and Associates, you actually get to train in your facility and
Oh,
then you train based on what you have in your facility. So we have some pretty unique slides, and we actually trained on how to do rescues from those slides on our property. So I think it's really great, and all of our lifeguards are super educated and very good at their jobs.
so tell us about the pretty unique slides. I've seen them, but I need to hear them from your perspective because they are very unique.
Yes. So one of my favorite things, although I am fully an adult, the kid slides are amazing. I have gone and like played on everything while I've been off on the weekend or whatever. And going down the kid slides is so much fun. They have racing slides down the front of the kid structure, and you can race with up to 3 people. And if you weigh a little bit more, like you're not a child, you actually kind of get flung a little bit on the slides. And it's the most fun thing. And then there's a ton of other different slides going off of the other sides of the play structure. There's buckets, and oddly enough, a pineapple dumping water on you on there. And then we have our two biggest slides, which go off the side of our clubhouse. And you walk up our stairs. Thank goodness it's not a ladder, it's pretty tall. And you pick your slide and you go down it. And there's one that's open and one that's closed, but they're super twisty and twirly and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was up there the other night, and I wouldn't have thought that one, which is off the building where you go up all the stairs, and I know there was a lifeguard sitting at the top of there.
Mhm.
I was surprised that, oh my gosh, there's a water slide here, kind of like off the second floor of the building. I thought that is very, very unique. You guys have a lot of unique features that I think set you apart from any competition. I haven't seen anything like that anywhere, not only in this town, but in a lot of other towns. The thing that really caught my eye was, so when I was on stage and we're playing the music, off to my right, there's the part where the lazy river runs underneath the stage. And there
Mhm.
was this giant bucket that was filled with, I don't
Yep.
know, hundreds, if not 1,000 gallons of water. I don't know how big that thing is, but it gets full and then it tips over and it makes these giant waves. Well, I kept wondering, why am I getting wet standing here? It was the overspray from this giant bucket. And it felt great because it was like 100 degrees out there, but
It was pretty hot.
oh, hot. But I thought, my gosh, I have never seen anything like this at all. I think you guys have a lot of great things to set yourself apart, both in the entertainment and the amusement park genre, but the fact that you've actually you're moving into the real estate market and you're making these particular units available. Are they considered condos or townhomes or fractional ownership? What are they?
You would have to reach out to our sales guys. They're amazing and they know all of this stuff, but unfortunately, my expertise lays more with what the slides do and not so much with
Okay.
what ownership is. But they
Well,
are great,
well,
and if
I
you
know
drop
Julian.
by, they will explain everything.
Oh yeah, well I know Julian Chung, who's one of the real estate specialists
Mhm.
out there. She's in a networking group that I belong to, and she's always promoting the fact that you guys have, I believe it's called fractional ownership, which I think
Sounds
is
right.
great. Yeah, so a person can go out there and they can buy a unit, they can buy a fractional ownership in a unit, and they can literally vacation there and make a whole family excursion out of this. I just think it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. I think that Chris and his wife Lydia have just done an excellent job in researching the market and figuring out really what is needed and what people enjoy. And they've done just a great job in putting something together that captures kind of the heart and soul of families that want to have participate in real estate and ownership fraction, but still have some family entertainment. You know, it's not like owning a boat where you're going to play with it for like maybe 1 or 2 seasons, and then it's going to sit in the garage, and you're going to lose value. And you go, man, I should have never bought that boat. I should have bought one of those places out at Pecan Valley Resort when I can at least have some fractional ownership and get some use out of it and probably build up some equity. I think you guys have got some great stuff going on over there. So, what does your job entail primarily as the event coordinator? What are you doing out there?
So, as the events coordinator, I handle, like in the title, almost everything events. So, I plan the private events, which are either full park rentals. We rent out our upper deck for during the day. If you have like a company party, I do a lot of those. I handle all of our band bookings and all of our big events like the Memorial Day event. There's a ton of videos up on our Instagram and Facebook if you're interested in seeing some of that. But we had Cole Hartley, Dylan Thomas Gavin, Groovonics, and DJ Lex out for Memorial Day, and that was just great. And then we've been partnering with Red Rock Country Swing to have a few dates out here where we do some swing dancing.
Square dancing. For you folks not from Utah, that's where you dance in a square. Alaman left and Alaman right.
And then line dancing where you dance in a line.
Line dancing. You guys have got so much going on out there. Um, that's another thing that I think gives you a unique and highly competitive point within the marketplace. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's beautiful. It's very clean and family friendly, but yet there's things for the adults to do too, because
Yes.
you know the kids can go play in the pool and the water slides, and the adults can be doing line dancing and square dancing and dancing. And yes, I believe there are even alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages that are available. So
Yes, we have a full bar and we have our restaurant license, which allows to have a full bar and then you just buy food with it as per Utah's usual. And yeah, just hang out. We have a little kind of patio outside of our restaurant now with some fencing where you can sit and enjoy your drink and watch the band and watch your kids. And then we also, for the adults who are not quite 21 yet, have an 18 plus area right next to the stage, so that when your kids are a little bit older and you don't need to hover so much or they're hovering too much,
mhm.
you can head on up to our deck near the entertainment and hang out in our hot tubs for the 18 and plus.
Oh, so that's what that area was when we were playing there on the stage off to our left was
Hmm.
that's the 18 and over area.
Hmm.
All right, so that explains why I didn't see a bunch of little kids jumping in and out of those pools. Um, those pools were great.
Hmm.
They were like level with the ground. Very, very nice. Off to the right, there are some buildings. Are those the? I'm not sure what to call them. The condos, the
Yeah, so
fractional
we call them townhomes on
townhomes.
property because they're kind of like downstairs, upstairs sort
Yeah.
of thing where you have one unit and it's like long ways instead of like little apartments where you have double, it's all long ways. So that way you don't get anyone stomping on you in the middle of the night. But yeah, they're working on some new ones to surround the water park so we get some better sound from the band and a little bit less red dust around our pool.
Yeah, I noticed there was a little bit of red dust down there. So I was going to ask you that. So I see a lot of building and construction going on around the backside of where we were playing, where the stage is. That's all new construction. That's going to be part of the Pecan Valley Resort.
Yes, yes, we're very excited about it. We have plans for even more and to be able to have even more people in here
Wow.
and eventually have a full park all year round.
So it looks like Chris and Lydia are going to be really busy for the next few years building all this stuff out. The with the new construction that they're building, are those also going to be townhomes, or will they be more single family residents, or do you not know the answer to that question since you're the event coordinator?
So, in the area and kind of moving farther away from where you enter off of the main road, that'll be mostly townhomes. We have a few family homes we're still building, but most of them are actually the first things that were built, so they're already built out.
Okay,
But some of them can sleep up to like 50 people in one home.
50 people. Well, this is Utah. Have a lot of large families in here. You never know who's going to show up. 50 people.
Hmm.
Wow. I live out in Desert Color, and we have a lot of large townhomes out here that maybe sleep 25. 50, I think you guys may have surpassed the largest that I've heard. That is huge. I'm surmising those can be used a lot for like company and corporate events where they would rent the whole thing
Mhm.
out. When do you know any projection about when those will probably be ready?
So we actually have those are our single family homes and
Oh,
they are all ready to be rented right now. Yeah. Our
really?
townhomes typically sleep 12 or 24, just depending on the size. But yeah, some of our single family homes are, I mean, beautiful with pools and hot tubs in the back. Some of them have mini golf. We have one that has this beautiful seating area with some heat lamps. Because although it is a desert, it does get cold during the winter. But
It
yeah,
does indeed. Yes.
arcades, game rooms in these. One of them has a golf simulator in the rental.
No way. Wow.
Mhm.
You know, Lilia, you and I both being from California, I don't know about you, but I've never seen anything like this in California. Um,
No, definitely not.
no, this is like it's like a whole new world. I've heard that the southern Utah area is probably one of the fastest growing areas in the whole country. And I think that is a contributing factor to why you guys are building these amazing things because we're attracting people from other states like California and Nevada and Arizona and Colorado, where they're kind of built out, kind of like not very affordable a lot of times. And I think Chris and his wife Lydia very smart to take advantage of this and get really competitive. It's like, what can we do to capture a larger portion of the market and make ourselves unique? I think I think this is it. You guys got it going on. It's incredible. Um, do you know? I don't want to give price points for the townhomes. We're not going to go there. They need to call somebody about that. I don't want to misspeak, and I know that property values are always changing, so we're not going to go down that road. So, Lilia, if somebody wants to make a reservation to rent one of the townhomes, how's the best way to get a hold of someone who can help them?
So we have a ton of our townhomes up on Airbnb, VRBO, other special like nightly rental sites such as that. Or if you want to be super easy, we actually have an in-home property management company called Maury Management, run by Razy, who's amazing. She is so great at answering calls and so great at leading you to where you need to go. And she is off of our main line. So that's 435-635-3101. And she is extension 104.
What's her name again?
Razy.
Give me that number one more time.
435-635-3101. And then she's extension 104.
Cool. And I know because you guys are so technically astute. Yeah, you have a website. What's the website
We
address?
do. It's just www.pecanvalleyresort.com.
And email?
Well, mine is currently the email where all general questions go to, and I enjoy answering all of them, and that's info@pecanvalleyresort.com.
Cool. So we got about a minute left here. So, what is one thing that you've discovered that you really enjoy about working at Pecan Valley Resort?
Well, it's always been my dream to be an event coordinator, and they're so good with giving everybody an opportunity to do things they want to do, even our guests. We have a ton of different amenities and a ton of different things in the areas like ATVs. We have golf simulators in our lobby that you can rent out per the hour. And just overall, I mean, everybody deserves to do something they enjoy, and that's something we really believe
Sounds
at
great.
Pecan Valley Resort. And so, yeah, just
So it seems to me the best way to make it easy for people to give you money is to actually produce a good product with a good service and do something that people really like and are willing to pay money for. That's probably the best advice. Just produce a good product, good service, make people feel welcome. Lilia, thank you very much for being my guest today. We'll see you guys again next time with another edition of Make It Easy for People to Give You Money.